Happy Friday, folks. Welcome to PM Personality Profile. My guest tonight, she is known for her extensive knowledge in integrated communication and organizational development with 28 years experience in the corporate field. She was adjunct lecturer at GIMPA, visiting lecturer at the China-Europe Business School, currently CEO of the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Dr. Afua Asabea Asare, my guest tonight. Good to see you.
Hello. Aisha, how are you?
I'm doing very well. Beautiful locks you have there. Wow.
Thank you.
It's quite long.
Mm-hmm.
This qualifies you for the Guinness Book of Record, you know?
Not yet.
You mean you can't challenge Asha Mandela?
Not yet.
How long is yours? Hers is
about 5 feet.
Yours is 5 feet. It must have taken a lot of time and energy to keep this.
You don't need energy to keep your hair natural. It just grows.
Okay.
I don't have to comb.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to style. I just have to wash it and put my shea butter in it.
Okay. How long has it taken you to do this?
About 16 to 17, I think.
Wow.
Yes.
16 to 17 years.
Yes. So
sometimes you style it, or you just always leave it like this?
Most of the time I leave it like this, or I shorten it by plaiting it. I do it in such a way that it becomes short. So I just have a couple of styles that I do, maybe 2 or 3, and that's all. I don't waste so much time on this hair. It's it affords me the opportunity to just up and go.
Okay, not going to salon all the time, trying to keep some, you know.
I'm saving some money.
It looks very good on you, I must say.
Thank you.
Let's talk about your awards recently. The Honoree of Excellence in Public Service at the 5th Glitz Ghana Women Awards, 2019 Women Transformation Leadership Awards, Ghana Women Excellence Awards, and many more. Tell me about it.
I'm just grateful to all the organizations that saw me worthy of receiving those awards. I think sometimes when we are in our corner doing our own thing, we don't know that somebody is watching. And so you feel so good when you are honored and somebody realizes what you are doing and let the rest of the world know that this person is doing this in this little corner and they are doing it very well. We feel so good about it, and I'm grateful to all the organizations that bestowed on me one award or the other. And I thank my staff as well, because they made me shine. I sit at the top, they do a lot of the work, and I take the accolades. So I thank my staff as well. Yeah.
Let's go into your specialization. You do a lot of coaching and development, and you call something inclusion. What is all that about?
So it's because of the various degrees that I acquired along the way, my background in various areas. I did organizational development, I did human sciences, and so I like to coach. I like to impact. So I like to talk to other young and upcoming women and even men on how to approach various things, whether it's at the workplace or is at home. I like to talk to people. I like to have a very good conversation that a young person or another person will leave feeling like they had something from me that is going to impact their lives.
But also you're specialized in entrepreneurship, supply chain management, and strategic marketing. What does that entail?
These are subjects that I taught.
Okay.
I taught in the universities that I had the opportunity of being a part of as an adjunct lecturer at the Presbyterian University and at the GIMPA campus. So I taught some of these things. I taught strategic marketing, I taught entrepreneurship. It was like when there was no lecturer available for a subject, I stepped in, except for accounting. But any other subject that was in the humanities that I could take up, that I had expertise in, I did.
That's so inspiring.
Yeah.
Of course, under your tenure, we've seen a pickup in export margins. What are we doing right?
What we are doing right, I think, is changing our strategy of how we do things, basically. We needed to strengthen the organization in the beginning, to give the organization itself tools to work with. After strengthening the organization, we looked at our exporters, and then we realized that the raw material base for whatever it is that they are exporting sometimes is non-existent or is not adequate. So we had to do interventions in various areas to grow the raw material base. And this helped in getting some of the products that we export readily available. Otherwise, you go onto the market to go and make so much noise about we have this, we have that, we can get so much of this from Ghana, and then you get all this, and then you can't supply. Most of the time, we couldn't meet the supply, so we had to do our homework very well, and we had to start working harder on the raw material base before we went out to, you know, make so much noise about the products. We worked closely with our exporters. We realized where they needed help, and then we supported them with help. We have a training school, the export training school, where we train exporters to get them export ready. And then a lot of collaborations and linkages with agencies that work in this ecosystem. So we are working very closely with Association of Ghana Industries. We are working very closely with Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and extremely close to Food and Drugs Authority and Ghana Standards Authority, because they need to make sure that they are giving you the certification and the standardization, everything that you need to make you export ready. We work closely with them. And as I'm talking to you, we have desks in GEPA head office where Food and Drugs Authority and Ghana Standards Authority sit.
So what's our status now? I mean, with regards to our project, our products out there, are they being still rejected abroad?
Sometimes you get some rejections, and this is so because some people have been exporting without having any connection to Ghana Export Promotion Authority, without talking to us. And so they hear about a product. Somebody says, oh, we need a lot of pepper in Britain. So they just carry any pepper they get into contact with or have, and they expect that they could just take it into Europe without thinking about what the specifications are for doing that. What kind of product it is that they really need. Maybe it's not what you heard. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it is not that particular type of pepper that you were talking about. It was something else. So people on their own manage to export certain products and services. And of course, some of them succeed. But some of them have issues. And that is when they come back to GEPA to talk to us. But if everybody was coming through us and talking to us and getting them ready and telling them exactly what they had to do, the rejection will come down. But right now, we are doing our best, because as people get rejected, we get ourselves involved, and then we talk to them, and then the education is ongoing all the time.
I'm sure now that we have continental free trade, I mean, things will be a bit easier. What's our stake in there?
Our stake in the AFCFTA is to take advantage of what it offers. And it offers a very large market. The whole of Africa now is open, and Ghana is, fortunately, the commercial hub, the capital of this African continental free trade area. And we are here, right in the middle of everything. So I think that what we are doing as GEPA, under the Ministry of Trade and Industry, which has a special secretariat for this purpose, is to prepare our exporters to take advantage of what CFTA offers, which is a very large market that we can all tap from.
Dr. Afua Asabea Asare, she's my guest tonight on PM Personality Profile, and we are getting to know her little by little. She's the CEO of the Ghana Export Promotions Authority. She has an MA in Positive Leadership and Strategy from the IE University in Spain, Bachelor of Law MBA in International Business Strategic Marketing Management from Harvard Business School, and even more. When I return from that break, she'll be sharing with us her experience in knowledge acquisition. She would also be telling us about her growing up, and she loves art. She'll tell us how she developed that love for art. Stay with me. I'm coming right back. Welcome back to PM Personality Profile. My guest tonight, Soul Dr. Afua Asabea Asare. Doc, which part of the country do you come from?
I come from Ghana.
You must as well say Africa because of your looks.
I come from Ghana. I come from proudly Ekrapim from the eastern region.
Okay, I should have known the Asabea says
My name gives me away.
So both parents from
Yes.
which areas, to be specific?
My mother comes from Edukrom. My father comes from Tutu.
Oh, Tutu. I have a friend who comes from Tutu.
Okay.
Right. So were you born in Tutu, or?
No, I was born in Achimtafo.
Is that where you grew up?
Till the age of 7, my daddy came to Tema to start working in Tema, so we had to relocate to Tema.
Okay. How was growing up like in Tema?
It was fun. I was the last of 6 children, so
okay, last baby.
It was a little difficult, but it was fun as well.
How many boys, how many girls?
4 girls and then 2 boys.
Was there some bullying sometimes, or it was always pampering all the time?
My sisters will be watching, not bullying.
Okay.
I guess I was the naughty one, and I used to give them a lot of trouble, but they loved me like that, so it was cool.
They had no option.
Yes, they had no option. I mean, the distance between the one that I come after and me, it's about 6 years. So they were all much older than me. And so it was fun growing up around older siblings.
If you say you're naughty, do you remember some of the naughty stuff you did?
You don't want to know.
Let's talk about school days.
Yes.
So you started schooling in Tema, or back
I started
then
schooling in Achimtafo, Creek Experimenter A.
Okay.
That's where I went to school. I started school from there, and then I came to Tema, that was preparatory school, class 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
and finished at Datus, and I went to Kwapiman Secondary School.
Okay, you went back home.
Kwapim.
You went back home.
Yes, I went back home.
Okay. How was school days like?
At Okwapiman.
Especially in the secondary school.
I found it very difficult in the boarding house. Yes, I just couldn't bring myself to be sleeping in a room with a whole lot of people. I couldn't bring myself to be in the midst of... I was a very shy person.
Okay.
So, like, being in the midst of so many people was so difficult for me. You know, you wake up and there are so many people in a room. Everybody is talking at the same time and all of that kind of, you know, it was too much for me. That in the beginning, it was very difficult for me to stay on campus. I used to come home all the time. I'll run away and come home. And my daddy would take me back, and I'll find another excuse to come home, and he would take me back. You know, it was like almost every 2 weeks or so. I'll just walk out of the school without exit.
Wow.
Yes, I just have to leave the place. I couldn't just take
a lot
it.
of punishment.
Yes, I did. It got to a point they didn't know what to do with me, so it was like, just let her be, because I just couldn't be part of that system, and I had run out of excuses to to walk out of, I'll just break my glasses, do something, go and tell them I need another mattress because there's something wrong with the other one, which was not the truth. You know, every excuse
to get out of
get out of that school. And then eventually, I think I never got used to the boarding house till I left secondary school. I can tell you that. But eventually, I learned how to live with that whole experience. It was too much for me. It was too much for me.
Okay, but you made friends?
Of course.
So
I made some very good friends. Some of them are still very good friends of mine. Like, I normally like to be by myself.
Okay.
Most of the time.
Okay, so
I wasn't your very conventional person. And you had people in secondary schools moving in groups.
Yeah.
Moving in cliques.
Yes.
And I couldn't just be a part of any clique.
Okay.
So I was just me, doing my own crazy thing, anything I want to do.
Okay.
And it was so unconventional that you can't have those people who remained my friends, and my friends to today are people who understood me, I can say, because it was difficult to understand somebody like me and be friends with somebody like me. You don't know how I'm going to behave the next minute. I just want to be by myself. Okay. That's all. And so if you have a friend that still follows you, even when you want to be by yourself, that person really likes you. I still have a friend like that from school. Okay. Who has been my friend till now. And those are the people who made me want to even stay there on campus. It wasn't fun for me, really. Okay. And my brother was also there, so he was the one who bore the brunt of my everything. Every minute I'm going to him with one thing or the other, and you know, so I had to be there. But as I got to the third and fourth year, I think things started improving. I just
got used to it.
Decided that I never got used to it. Okay. I had to go along. That's what it's going to be. I mean, I don't have control over myself to say that I'm not going to the school again. But I had to go through with it. But I never loved the whole boarding house thing. I like sports. So you find me, if I want to be by myself, there was the school park. And you find me on the school park playing basketball. I loved playing hockey, which I played for the school. And then I liked rolling the car tie around the field. So I'll have my car tie that I'll take to school all the time. And then when I want to get away from everybody, just take my car tie and just rolling. Yes, and then that's it. And I'm happy. Nobody is there. I have the whole field to myself. I'm just rolling my tie, and that's it. For me, that was fun. And I wasn't a very studious type. Yes, I was average. Everywhere I go, I was like average, and then I move with it. I don't strive to be one of the best, and I'll make sure that I'm not also among the last. I just have to keep moving.
After Okwapeman, then to what, University of Ghana?
I wish. I wish it was like that. My schooling is very interesting. I wasn't privileged to even go to the sixth form and go to the university like most people. So after secondary school, I went to the Ghana Institute of Languages, where I did a bilingual secretaries program. And after that, I started work right away at the age of 21. Oh, wow. With the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. At that time, it wasn't Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. In the 80s, 85, 86, 3 companies came together to merge, to form Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. So you had a Takrady Lightridge, you have Cargo Handling Company Limited, and you had Ghana Ports Authority. So I was working with the Cargo Handling Company Limited as a secretary there. And then in 86 came the merger. And so we merged and became Gapoha, and I was still with Gapoha. And then sometime in the 90s, I left. I took a study leave and came to the Ghana Institute of Journalism to do public relations and advertising. And then I went back and I resigned and joined a Japanese consulting firm that was building the fishing port and the secondary Takoradi port, and I worked with them till it was done. And then I went back to school. So I work, I go to school. I work, I go to school. Okay. All my schooling. I was working, I was married, I was having children, I was going to school.
You are such a strong
So that's how
woman.
I did it. So I never went through it like maybe you did. So I went to the School of Communication, but I went to all the 3 premier universities in Ghana.
Okay, Legon.
I went to Legon. I went to Tech. I did
Cape
a program
Coast.
with Tech. I did a program with Cape Coast. So
okay, tell me about
eventually
the experiences
I did
in all of them.
Because I was working and I was married. I wouldn't even stay on campus at Legon. I had a room at the graduate hall. I remember it was Valco Hall or something like that.
Okay.
I never stayed there. I had a room. I go there to study. I go back home because I had to come back home and take care of my babies and my husband as well.
Yes.
So, I did mass comm at Legon. I did organizational development with Kevas, and then Tech, it was LLB with Mount Crest.
Okay.
So I didn't have to be on that campus.
Okay.
But I'm very happy to be associated with it.
At some point, you had to go outside the country to study. How was the experience? I mean, studying in here and out there.
I like adventure, and so I was always looking forward to experience in other countries. So normally, if I get the opportunity to go to school, I had done some in Ghana. I wanted to see what it was like elsewhere. And also because of my adventurous nature, I like to travel. I like to see new things. I like to experience new things. I loved IE University, where I did a master's in positive leadership and strategy. It's all about behavioral sciences, something about psychology of people. Okay. I had done the psychology of organizations. I wanted to do the other side of the real people in the organizations. So I went to IE University to do that. It was one of the most transformational experiences that I had in my life. It was a very, very solid program, and I loved it. Okay. We were the pioneer group, and it was very interesting, and I loved it. And it really shaped my life. It opened me up to so many things in life about people and why people behave in a certain way and why people are who they are. And for me, everything that I have done, all the courses that I did, all came together to shape me into who I am today running this organization. And I'm tapping into all of those areas that I have trained in. For me, the schools that I went through outside of Ghana helped me when I went back to lecture as an adjunct at the universities that I worked with. Sometimes the teaching style there, I picked up a few styles from that. A lot of case studies, real life issues and all of that. It made my class interesting. I realized that when I brought that experience to bear on what I was doing in the lecture halls here, the students loved it. Okay. And how we need to, the classes are so huge, so sometimes it's difficult. But if you are lucky to have a class that is not so huge, you don't lump everybody together. People are different, and so you should know how different they are and how to approach what you are teaching them. It makes it very easy. Unfortunately for us here, one of the disadvantages is that sometimes you meet a very huge class, and that is not the doing of the lecturer. So it makes it very difficult for the lecturer to actually look at people individually and see what he can do to help them. And that's why you lump everybody together and just do a wholesale kind of thing.
So growing up, did you want to become something else other than what you've become now?
Yes. Growing up, I always wanted to be a fashion designer.
Okay.
I always wanted to be an artist.
Okay.
Yes. That's what I wanted to be.
So how did you land into marketing, leadership, coaching, and all the corporate stuff?
Yes, because nobody told me not to go into fashion designing, but nobody encouraged me to. And then you are seeing your seniors, those ahead of me. This one is into nursing, this one into this one is going to this university and all of that. And you think that is what you should be doing. But if somebody saw or somebody had seen that I was good with the arts and had, you know, propelled me towards the arts, I think I would have chosen a different path. I was quite confused. I don't know whether I'm still not confused. Just the type of person that will tackle anything that I feel that I should tackle. So if I get
a bit of everything.
If I get, don't tell me that I'm a master of none. I am a master of some. Yes, I easily get bored. And so if I get bored, I have to do something.
To keep you busy.
And so there are a lot of things I can do creatively. So I think that is why I like to be in that space. Because you find a lot of things to do with your hands. You can paint, you can, you know, start sewing, you can start creating, doing all kinds of things. And I love that. I loved reading as well. I really loved literature when I was growing up. I loved literature. So I loved reading, anything to do with reading. I loved it. I thought I wasn't good in math because I was told that it was very difficult. And I used to hear my siblings saying that, oh, math is difficult, math is difficult. So automatically I said to myself, oh, my family, you are not very good with math. So I'm not good with math, and it's okay. So my energies were geared towards the reading subjects. But I think that I could have been anything I wanted to be.
If you had some encouragement
if
and
I
some
had
directions.
counseling in some direction, which I don't think I got enough of.
What did mom and dad want you to be from the beginning?
My daddy would talk about, you could be a lawyer. He said that to me once or twice, but he never forced me into doing anything. But I knew that he would wish
that you become a lawyer.
That I'll be a lawyer.
You've already started that path.
I've already started. I think I'm doing it to please my daddy, even though he's no more here. But I'm enjoying it. I realized that I enjoy it when I started. When I did the LLB, I realized that I enjoyed it. But
and mom wanted you to.
My mom was cool. You could be anything you want to be. Nobody really pushed you to do anything in my family. But as I said, nobody is pushing you to be anything. They just want you to go to school and pass your exams and become somebody.
So you have to choose your path.
Exactly. But sometimes you need some direction. For some of us, we needed that kind of direction. It's not everybody that could just, you know. For some of us, we needed that direction. The kind of child that I was, I needed that kind of direction.
And your siblings were not there for you?
They were also growing up, minding their own business. Married, taking care of their kids. You know, I told you I came very late. I think I wasn't planned for. I just happened. I had to come, and I came. So I was so late in coming. Everybody was growing up and minding their own business. So I had to be independent quickly.
Your mom would have regretted if she had not.
No, she would have had serious tummy aches because she was always. In the end, she was very happy that she had me.
Definitely.
She always said so.
Definitely. She must be proud of you. Let's talk about climbing the ladder. You know, climbing the ladder and being successful like where you are today, especially being a woman, everybody have their stories. Stories of sexual harassment, bullying, and what have you. Just name it. What's your own story?
It would be a very tall story, but I don't know how I happened here. I think everything that I had done in my life and everything that I did prepared me towards being at this level. So all I can say is that whatever you're doing, you just have to focus and know where you are going. I didn't know where I was going really for a very long time. I just do what makes me happy.
Okay.
In the end, I'm just lucky that it has all come together, but it doesn't happen like that for anybody.
Yeah.
So I don't know how I climbed the ladder, and I would, if I have to talk to any young girl or my 25-year-old self, I would have said that have somebody to talk to, have a coach, have somebody to guide you along the way, because I would have gotten to where I have gotten now, maybe earlier.
Okay, if you had like that.
Yes, but you know, I move, I stop, I do something else, I look at somewhere else, and ask somebody who say, you see mwache,
so it's not a straight line.
It's not a straight line like that. But thanks be to God, we find ourselves here. It hasn't been easy. And as for a woman at this level, you should know that you go through a few challenges here and there. It is your ability to, you know, to be mature about it. If you have to go on talking about, oh, somebody sexually harassed me, so I'm not going anywhere anymore. Yeah. And then you will be there and the person will be happy that they brought you down. Deal with it. Deal with that and move on. Okay. And I will deal with it if you harassed me sexually at work. I will really deal with it.
Okay. Did it ever happen to you in any of your...
It happens in subtle ways. It's happening all the time. At a point, I used to be so angry. So angry that it affected me. But as I matured, I learned how to deal with these things. And the person dares not come back to me with that kind of nonsense. Okay. But yes, we go through all of this. Okay. But and we need to talk about these things. Definitely. We need to address them. Find a very good way of addressing them. We sometimes, because you are victimized when you talk about these things, I think this is another topic that we will have to talk about. Definitely. So you go through all of this, but in the end, you don't make that define you. If you have a focus, that's why I said it's important to get a coach. If you have a focus, if you have somebody that you talk to, if you have somebody helping you along the way, coaching you, or some people, eventually you get to where you want to get to.
So what would you describe as your biggest challenge getting here?
Wow. Suddenly nothing comes to mind. There hasn't been a biggest challenge. Little challenges all over. Every day there's something
to deal with.
And that's what I'm saying. You have to learn to deal with these issues. Okay. And keep your eye on the ball.
Okay. How do you feel when you hear that people talk and say that when they see a woman who is up there, then it means that she had to go and sleep with someone, she had to go through all these before getting there, but not really her competence?
I don't hear them.
Is it that you don't want to hear?
I don't want to be bothered. Because that's not what you did. That's not what I did. So I can't be bothered. Really, I don't sweat the small stuff like that. Okay. I just move on with my life. It bothers you for a minute. And then, I remember when I started working at Gepa, and they were writing all kinds of things about me, and I got, you know, I panicked. The first time I heard a bold I saw a bold headline on me, it was about some silly thing that I had no clue of. I was like, wow, is this what happens in the public service and in politics and all of that? I was shaking. When I regrouped and I came back and I said, so I haven't done that. So why should I feel this way? Okay. You brush it off and you move on. I said, let's focus. There's a reason why we are here. We've been given a mandate. Nobody should distract you. You just move on. And for me, that's it. So I don't hear. Fortunately for me, I don't have so many friends, so I don't hear stuff. If I have to sleep with somebody, how many men I would have slept with the whole of Ghana to get to where I am? Because I'm so old. And I have worked so hard to get here.
Definitely.
So all those years, I would have slept with Asumesi and that one and that one and that one. What kind of a human being would that make? It's not true. Women work so hard to be where it's not very easy for women to just be sleeping with anybody.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
And
I keep saying that's another topic for another day.
Definitely.
We don't just go about sleeping with people. We work so hard.
Definitely.
Look at all the hard-working women we have in Ghana and the women at top levels in Ghana. And I mean, just take a good look at them and see if they didn't work hard to get to where they are.
Yeah.
It's such an insult.
It is. Definitely, as we're having a lot of women up there, we definitely have to prepare the young ones. But are you worried that teenage pregnancy is on the rise? How do you feel about it?
Is teenage pregnancy on the rise?
The last research I checked, 300 teenagers get pregnant every day.
Really? Everybody should be worried about it. So I think education will have to keep going down. Nobody wants their child to be pregnant when they are supposed to be in school. And so we should look at that and find ways of curbing it. If it really exists in the numbers that you are saying, that it is alarming. But then I'm sure the research is also saying why it's happening, and we should look at that.
And on the other side, there are a number of young girls out there who want to be like you, but they don't even know where to start from. And like you said, some of them don't have the resources.
It is not always about money.
Okay.
It's not always about money. It's about how hungry you are to be who you want to be.
Okay. How ambitious.
How hungry you are.
That hunger must be there.
Yes, you have to work hard.
Okay.
Somebody will say work hard do what?
Okay.
When I was a child, I told you I always wanted to be a fashion designer. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to be a very rich person.
Okay.
I knew I wanted to be rich.
And people would think you are overly ambitious.
Exactly. But I wanted to be rich.
Okay.
I dreamed that I was sitting in a VW convertible. And I always wanted to buy one when I was like 6. I was sitting in a VW convertible. It was red and beautiful.
Okay.
I said, I need to get this car. And so for me, I had to start working to get a car. And so I remember when I was in nursery, sometimes I'll ask my siblings, does this really happen or is it in my imagination? And they tell me it happened.
Okay.
And we are surprised that they were even like that. Because they used to give me 1 peswa,
okay,
the brown one, to go to school. I'll have breakfast at home. But I needed that 1 peswa for some reason.
Okay.
I had to have it
Okay.
to go to school. And when everybody leaves and I am in school, at the nursery school, I leave, I run away and come back to the station at Achimtafu where I was growing up. I come to town.
Okay.
Because where we were in school was quite far from town center and the market. I'll come to town and come and use my money to buy biscuits, oven fresh. It was called oven fresh. It's 12 in a sachet. And I'll sell to the trotro, the people in the trotro.
Okay.
And I'll make some money and run back to school.
Wow.
And I used to keep my money somewhere in a certain woman used to bake in the area, so she had the earthenware, you know, the oven. I'll go and hide my money in there, the one that she normally doesn't use. I'll go and hide my money in there, and every day I'll go and sell. I'll get money and I'll go and sell. I had a lot of money.
So with the 1 peswa,
yes,
you double it.
Every morning they give me 1 peswa. So I kept adding on and buying more and selling more and making more money.
Even at that age?
Exactly, because I wanted to be rich.
Wow.
For me, I had to be rich and I had to work. And I didn't want to go to school without going to do my work. Okay. So that's what I did. Until one day they found me in the oven counting my money. Because the owner of the oven was going to throw the fire into the oven. And saw somebody crouching at the back of the oven counting money. And it was me, and they pulled me out and they called my mother, and she never knew that I was doing business. But it never stopped there since that time. So when we moved to Tema, I told her I still want to do my business. So they had to set a table in front of the house for me. First, I said I wanted to go out and sell. Because I used to see children carrying things in a bowl, going around hawking and all of that. My mom said, no, you can't do that. And I said, I have to. Because I have to continue with my business because I need the money. You know, I had a focus. At that time, I wanted to buy my little VW.
The one you saw in your dream.
The one I saw in my dream. And I needed money to do that. So they set me up with something to go and sell. I remember it was sponge. Okay. The sponge, the local one. That was what I opted to sell.
Okay, the one the guns call kocha.
Kocha. Wow. That's where my problem started. It's called kocha. And so I was carrying kocha and I was supposed to just be in the area, but I moved away and I saw other people selling something they also call takocha. I didn't know the difference between takocha and kocha, so I said, my mom must have made a mistake. The whole thing looks alike and one is takocha. I don't know which one. She made a mistake. The thing is takocha. So now you
are selling takocha.
I'm calling out takocha takocha and then I'll see somebody say kocha and I'll say kocha and it was a mess. And then I got lost. They had to send the whole family to come and look for me. And they brought me home. And they said, no, you are not going out to sell this again. But because I had to sell, they had to negotiate with me that I should sell something that I'll sit in front of the house
and not go around.
So I said oranges. So the next day, it was like 15 oranges on a tray, which I started selling, and then it started growing, and I was going for 100 in a bag. I'll come and sell, and I was making money. So I've been selling all of my life.
Even from a younger age.
Yes, you can't say that you are waiting for the money to come. The little that you get, make something out of it. Use it. Don't be shy to, you know, say that. Because when I was in the secondary school and I was selling, my mates were like, I saw my mates. They were, you know, going out, vacation classes, all dressed up, you know, going out to meet friends and boys and all of that. I was busy selling my oranges and other things.
When you were on vacation?
When I was on vacation, if I get the opportunity, I'll go for the vacation classes. But I used to go for the vacation classes. I didn't see anything. It was just about meeting friends, and really they go and sit in the classroom and nothing
just
much was happening.
Your time.
I didn't have time for that. I had to come and do my business. So for me, it's not always about the money. It's about what you have and how you use it.
Yeah.
So if you sit down to say, I don't have money, so I can't do it. I know somebody who started with 75 CDs and is running a big business now. It's because of how they managed that one. Yeah. But if you are waiting for some big money to fall into your lap before you do anything, sometimes it's so difficult. Yeah. I know that it's not always that you can manage something small, but try. Okay. And don't wait for the big one to drop, because you'll be waiting and waiting and waiting.
Okay, so this money that you saved all this while, what did you use it for?
I don't even know. I'm sure my mommy took them. They took them from me, but they will take them and buy something for you anyway. And you grow your business anyway. I grew my business anyway. Because Charlotte to cry.
Hey! Did you win? Oh wow, tell me about it.
My brother and I, we took my daddy's car number. And then, so we went to stake Lotto, 3140. I'll never forget. Okay. Because my daddy's car number was GJ, 3140. So, and then we won. But you see, when we won, nobody knew that we went to staked the Lotto. And then the man we bought the thing from came home to tell my parents that, oh, Mobano, Mobano, won. Can you imagine the weapons that we got? They really whipped us. I never want to see a Lotto kiosk. Anytime I see a Lotto kiosk, I turn the other way. Because we are really whipped and warned never to do that again. And I don't know where the money went.
And lo and behold, we won.
Yeah, we won.
So you didn't go back for the money?
No, the money was brought to my parents that we had won.
Okay. Yeah. And they collected the money and beat you on top.
And I never want to see a Lotto kiosk up to today.
Dr. Afua Asabea Asare, she's my guest tonight, and I've been having a lot of fun. I've been laughing throughout this conversation. When we return from this break, she loves art. Remember I told you that? She'll be telling us how she developed the love for art and what goes through her mind when she's painting and drawing. What's the mood at what point in time? Again, she looks very beautiful and healthy. What does she do to keep fit? She'll be telling us all of that. Stay with me, I'm coming right back. Welcome back to PM Personality Profile. My guest still Dr. Afua Asabea Asare. I mean, she's so fun to be with. Doc, how did you develop the love for arts, and when did it all start?
Growing up, my mother was a seamstress. She had people that she was also training. I mean, we were around her cutting stuff, making clothes and all of that. I'll pick the little pieces of the fabrics and start making those clothes as well.
Okay.
So I was learning around here, and I saw my grandfather. He used to sculpt.
Okay.
He and his brothers.
Oh.
Yes. So I think it's somewhere in the family we had that. But my brother, the one that I immediately come after, he is very good. He used to draw so well. And I used to look up to him. I still do look up to him. And everything that he did, I liked.
Okay.
And he used to draw a lot. And so when he draws, I draw.
Oh,
so
wow.
for me, it started from there. And then in the secondary school, I took art to the O level.
Okay.
And I dare say that my art master used to be very fond of me.
I mean,
you don't want to know.
What goes through your mind when you are putting together some of those things?
You don't want to know.
Share with me.
It's a fun place for me.
Okay.
It's when you can be by yourself, with yourself. Nobody is there to harass you, or nobody is there to, you are just by yourself. And for me, that is so much fun, and all kinds of things are going through your head. It allows you to reflect on life. It allows you to think.
Okay.
It's a very nice zone that I like to be in,
Okay.
to be by myself. 'Cause it allows me, especially when I'm working now for the government, and I have so much to do as a CEO. That is how I de-stress.
Okay.
That is how I relax.
Okay.
While I'm doing my art, I'm so at peace. I'm so happy.
Okay.
I'm so happy to be in that zone. It's so fulfilling. I don't even want to go anywhere.
Okay.
Such that when I go out, it must be really something important that should be taking me out there.
Yep.
But it all depends on the mood
So
that you are in.
Okay.
When you are doing painting or doing mosaic or anything, it depends on the mood, and it depends on what you dreamt of doing.
Okay.
So it just doesn't come. You have to conceptualize what you want to do. You have to be in that zone to be able to do it. It's not every day that I get up and I want to do anything like that. Sometimes when I get up, I want to sew. And so then I take a fabric and I cut and I start sewing.
Oh, you sew too?
I sew so well, even if I say so myself.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So you sew for yourself?
Yes.
Nice.
I have had a sewing center before. I know how to sew. I know how to do batik, and I have taught people how to do fabrics, batik fabrics, and all of that.
She's a businesswoman.
So yeah, when I wake up in the morning and I have nowhere to go and I have time to myself, it depends on what I feel like doing. I just do it.
What do you do to keep fit?
I don't do anything. I won't lie to you that I go to the gym or anything like that. I don't do anything. I walk.
You're so blessed.
I like to walk.
Okay.
So until recently, I always made sure that I had done my 10,000 steps.
Oh, wow.
But these days, it's been a little tricky.
Okay.
But I like to walk. Even if I don't get out of the house, I will do the walking within the house. I make sure that I put in my 10,000 in a day. So when I come to the office, I start from here. I start from the home. I get to the office. Sometimes I take the stairs and then take the lift from another floor to make up for the steps that I have to make in a day. Okay. I don't know anybody's office number here in this building. So I have no clue. Okay. And it's so intentional. What do you do? That I walk. Okay. I walk to the offices. Okay. So if I need to talk to somebody, I just walk to their office.
You love music?
Oh, I'm so crazy about any type of music, if it is music. But I love reggae.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
You can't wear
love high life.
And not love reggae.
I love high life and reggae. and anything in between, and jazz.
Okay.
I do, depending on the time. I like music.
Okay.
I like music. When I'm working, I like to listen to jazz. I like to listen to country music. I like to listen to any music, really.
So, which is your favorite? You must have a favorite.
I don't know.
Reggae,
if it
for
is
instance.
good. As for reggae, you can get me any day.
Okay, so like Lucky Dube, Bob Marley.
I like Lucky Dube, but I love Bob Marley.
Okay, so
because of the meaning of the words in his songs, the philosophy behind his songs and all of that. Yes. Okay. The Hip Lives, I listen to them. I love them. The Shatawalis and the Stone Boys. Stone Boy is from Tema. He's my homeboy, so you know, I like him too.
Okay.
And there's one particular guy that I really like. Is it Kofi Kinata?
Oh my goodness.
I like Kofi Kinata. I really like Kofi Kinata. Which one is this? Ah, that one. I really love it. Yeah. Have you heard? Makes a lot of sense. Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah. Ah. You don't go out, but you dance so well. So do you play sometimes at home? My children are there. I learn from them. You see? Come on. Oh. Hey. Whoa.
Thanks so much, Dr. Afua Asabea Asare. I've had so much fun talking to you, and keep up the good work. Keep inspiring the young ones, and God's blessings is what we pray for you.
Thank you.
Viewers, thank you so much for watching. My beautiful dress is made by Middle Thread Designs. Call them on 0543196451 or visit their showroom at 34 West Loop, Tessano. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. Same time next week, God willing, we'll bringing you another interesting personality on PM Personality Profile. Enjoy the rest of our program.